All right, so I realized this is probably going to be the most important trainings we've done. And I'm sorry I haven't done it sooner. I just didn't want to just throw it at you too early because then it would kind of just go stale. And by the time you're ready to use it, it went. That is a nice picture update, Aisha. Go, Aisha. Um, it would be stale and, go out of the window. So here we are. If you want, let me know and I can send you guys a copy of this whole slideshow. Otherwise, it's going to be recorded and put on YouTube. So don't worry about any of that. But I would probably say take notes or just take screenshots. Thank you with it. Or just take screenshots of the slides that speak to you. All right. This is my first time doing this training, so feel free to blurt out any and all questions randomly. Even if you think it's going to come up, it doesn't matter because you might touch on something that I wasn't even expecting to touch on. And let's work together here. So, there's three types of people we're going to come across. There's prospects, leads, and actual clients, right? The difference between the three, I'm not going to read all this word for word, but the main difference between the three is a prospect is just a random person out there. They have no idea what you do, what you're doing. And the act of prospecting is to get them to show a bit of interest, right? A lead is someone who they're interested in what you got going on. They may not be committed to work with you, but let's just say I want to move into a rental property. I'm now a lead because that's what you do. And I'm interested in the fact that you do that. A client is when you've earned my trust and confidence, and I say, I trust you to protect me through this process. I want to work with you, and you're going to be my go to person for this. That's why I put like the actual definitions of each of these things. And if you look, a client, they actually describe it as someone using the services of a lawyer or other professional person, just so you guys can see how important it is for some people to see you as their realtor and you to see them as their client. Like you're their realtor for life. Like once you hire your attorney, that's your attorney. Once they hire their realtor, you're their realtor. So definitely take heed to that and take that into consideration when working with people. All right, why it's important. As commission-based professionals, we need a constant flow of leads. It has to always be coming out, whether we're working with people or not, whether we're full and have no one else to work with. I mean, full and have no time to work with anyone else. We still need them always coming in. Because in real estate, what you do today, it affects you 2 months from now. So if the month of June, you spend all month doing lead generation, building up leads, working, grinding, sending out postcards, doing cold calls and everything, you're not going to close a deal in the month of June more often than not, because as you've worked with different clients and as you've seen how different deals go, when someone comes to you and says, hey, I'm ready to do a deal, you're not going to see a check from that until at least 2 to 3 months from then. So just imagine if you constantly lead generating month after month, all 12 months of the year, 2 months ahead, you will always have a flow of closings coming in, a flow of business coming in. If you take December off, guess what? February, you're really going to feel that because there was no traction. In real estate, it's all about your momentum. So once your momentum slows down and you stop producing that flow, I guarantee you're gonna feel it. You're gonna have a slow month. And that's why most of us, we have that slow month right around the end of tax season, just because that's when we're spiked with clients and we have so much business going on, we stop lead generating. We're full, we're busy, we're already kind of sending out for referrals, and we're just working with who we have versus getting new people in. So that's where that drought comes from. Oh, how we go? Okay, boom. There we go. Okay, so it's important to note that you can just straight out pay for ads. If you have a budget, most of these websites like Zillow, Trulia, or Realtor.com, they will take your money monthly. On average, it's about, I would say I have paid $175, $160 a month, all the way up to maybe $350 a month. And it depends on the average price of a transaction in the area. It depends on how frequently people buy in the area. So for example, West Miramar is going to cost more per month for leads than say Macon, Georgia, right? Just because like where is that? So there's much more people purchasing properties in West Miramar. The average price of home in West Miramar is about what, 500, $600,000. And there's going to be at least 30 closings a month going on in West Miramar. In Macon, Georgia, the average price of property is what? I think it's like in the hundreds. It might be even lower than that. And there's not much activity going on, hence the lower price. So if you're going to tell Zillow, I want monthly leads in Macon, Georgia, they're probably going to say, well, give us 100 a month, give us 50 a month. If you tell them West Miramar, they're going to say that's going to run you 350. They might say 600 because they know if you close one deal out of the 30 plus people we got coming into you, you're gonna get all of that back, whatever you paid us for the year. I highly recommend it if you're able to do it, but please remember these are 6-month minimum commitments. You can't just try it for a month. I wouldn't even advise you to just try it for a month because it takes consistency. And how it works is these websites, they take your picture. And if you ever look for properties on like one of these websites, you'll see how it's like connect with an agent. And at the tippy top, it'll say listing agent, right? But then there's like 3 other agents under them. So it adds you to that list of other agents, and it's going to say premier agent or a featured agent, whatever it is. And then if you have reviews, that goes on top of that. But that's how it works. So when they click connect with an agent, what the website's going to do is send it to not only the listing agent, but the people that pay them first. And then sometimes they'll share the zip code. So you may share a zip code or area with 3 other agents. They're going to give it to, it's like a share program. So whoever pays the most will get the most share of leads. Other than that, they kind of trickle you in, or you'll share them with all 4 of you, and then whoever calls the lead first. So the benefit of this is they're going to send you, hey, this person's interested in this house. They may not be qualified or not, but your job is to call them as soon as you can and say, hey, I see you're interested in this property. When do you want to see it? Do you have a pre-approval? Are you, so that's pretty much the whole paid ads game. Highly recommended, but don't make this be your only source of leads. Networking. I'm big on networking as a lead source because it's free. It's the actual hustle of real estate and what you could be doing. And it's not so much as just going to networking events and handing out cards. That actually is probably the least effective way to do it. It's just about being in everyday life. And as you encounter people, just add them to your network organically. So I personally haven't handed out cards in a while. What I started doing is just sending people to my Instagram. So I'll say, oh, do you have Instagram? Every conversation, every encounter, I leave it with, do you have Instagram? Follow me on Instagram. And then I'm giving them my main page. Whatever we're talking about, I give them the page appropriate to that, because you guys know I have like 8 pages. And the benefit of that is I can now watch and monitor and see what they have going on through life. And I can follow up by way of, I'll like what they're posting, I'll comment, I'll send a DM if they post a story. And then it kind of opens up like a communication stream. And the goal of most networks is to get referrals from them. So if you in the networking, you meet a divorce attorney, more often than not, divorce attorneys, they tend to have to, in the divorce process, they'll say, all right, we got to sell this property. They can't sell it. They're not a realtor. So they tend to have a go-to realtor that they will send all these leads to and say, hey, here's a listing, which is a high-powered lead. They may say, okay, so this person just got divorced. They already sold the property and now they need to move because this person's keeping the property. This person needs to move out. In addition, you may meet a loan officer that you become close friends with. When they're pre-approving these people, they can't get paid until they find a house. Who's going to find them a house? A realtor, and they will give it to the go-to realtor who they feel most confident in. So definitely get better at networking. And elevator pitch is on a whole nother, it's on this slide. Okay, so, and what I mean by when I say elevator pitch is not so much as just when you're in an elevator, people like have the same recurring sentence. Just explain what you do better. Because it's not so much as just saying I'm a realtor, because you can imagine how many people are out there saying I'm a realtor. Pick a specific way to word it to where it sounds engaging. Depending on who I'm talking to, I'll say I help people invest in real estate portfolios. I help people buy multifamily. I help people find rental properties. I teach and train agents to become better at buying and selling with clients. So just find a better way to one-liner that. You're going to have to trial and error it. So just say it to one person, see how that felt, change it. Say it to another person, see how that felt, change it. And don't be so arrogant with it and to just kind of force that out and just in every encounter, what do you do? Just to hope they ask you what you do. Just find a way, figure that out. That is how you get better at networking. Boom. Referrals and referral fees. This is probably one of my favorite ways of getting traction just because it's hands off. You don't have to pay for anything. You don't have to do any make any posts or videos or anything. It's just doing good work, rewarding itself with more work to do. So it's a great way to earn passive. And when I say passive is because it goes 2 ways. You can get referrals from a client where they say, you did so great. Here's my cousin. Here's someone else. Here's 3 more people to work with. You can send referrals to other agents where you say, look, I'm full. I'm busy. I do not have time for any more people, but I'm still doing lead generation. So I got people coming in. So you can sell those people to other people. So let's just say, Arrow, you're full. You have no more time to work with anyone, but you got 7 more people ready to buy a house right now. You're going to send them to Jasmine and say, Jasmine, I got 7 people. How many can you handle? She says, I can handle 3. You give her 3 and you guys work it out. And she'll say, I'll give you 25% hands off, or if you want to do it together, we'll split it 50-50. Then you say, all right, Aisha, I got 4 clients left. Jasmine took 3. Aisha says, all right, cool, I'll do it. I'll also give you 25%, or if you want to work together, 50-50. So imagine if you got 10 agents down the line, you're still doing lead generation. This never stopped. You're still paying for ads. You're still doing your social media posts. You're still cold calling. You're still networking. And all these people are coming in and they want to work with the Arrow group. If they can't get Arrow, they'll get his group. If they can't get Aisha, they'll get her group. If they can't get Willard, so that's how it works. It's not like you're signing any documents. I mean, you are signing documents, but it's not like you have to form a real deal team of 12 agents. You can just float amongst the company and the company will be your team. If someone's moving to Tallahassee, you don't got to drive to Tallahassee. Find an agent in Tallahassee. Say, hey, I got someone qualified. They're ready. They're moving to Tallahassee from here. Can you handle it for me? I want a referral fee. They'll do it. Now you're free up. So now the next person that comes in and says, I want to move to Oakland. Find an agent in Oakland. Hey, pay me a referral fee. Boom. So while you're doing your own personal deals, you're still busy. You're still lead generating. You still don't have time, but people are still coming in. You're subbing it out. And while you're making your maximum income you would have been making by yourself, you're also getting this slew of referral fees coming in, right? You're also getting this slew of referrals coming in from other clients because you're doing such a good job with the clients you have. And you're referring out and identifying when you're too busy. You're identifying, I don't have time to give all these people attention. So if I try to squeeze all of them in and do a bad job and give people poor attention and make them feel neglected, I'm going to give them to so-and-so who I know has more time. I'm going to give them to so-and-so who has more time. And now everyone's given the Errol experience. Everyone's given the Jasmine experience. And your clients are happy. And you're making money over here, over here, over here. And you have this huge group to push and say, I have agents across the world, because it doesn't matter what city or state they're in, they can pay you a referral fee. All right. I would like that one. That was a good one. Follow up. Okay. So just as important as networking, just as important as lead generation, you have to follow up, because as people come in and say, I'm interested in this, I want to work with you, I want to do that, there's going to come a point where they just trickle out. They either lose interest, they kind of got demotivated, they didn't hear from you, so they didn't call you. They're all over the place. At least every week, or whatever you feel is right for you, follow up with everybody you have everything going on with. If you have a deal going on, follow up with the lenders and the title companies to make sure they're doing it and didn't forget about you. I had a lender on the day of closing, had no idea who the client was, did not know their name, never started the loan, because I personally just trusted they got this and never followed up. My fault. So if you have a lead, if they're interested in looking at properties, but you never took them out, follow up until you meet them in person. Ways to follow up right here. You're not just going to call them and say, hey, I'm just following up. That's annoying. So you're going to call and have a reason to call. You're going to say, hey, so I've been sending you properties for a while. I just want to see, is there anything you wanted to see? Hey, I'm setting up on some showings this weekend. Did you want me to set up anything for you? So I realized you didn't like anything from any of these listings. Do you want me to make any changes? What did you think of this? Just checking in to see if you wanted to try to call the lender again. Just checking in to see if you had those bank statements ready. Whatever it is, follow up, have a consistent schedule. Maybe write down in your calendar. I got from Sandshare follow-up Fridays. It's catchy. I personally just always followed up on Fridays, but never had a name for it. So whatever, Wednesdays, Mondays, whatever day is good for you, make it a consistent thing. And that's what you do on that day. So what we're doing here is we're taking all the tasks of real estate that has to be done and just assigning it to a day and time. And soon you're going to have a full schedule, because on Fridays from 3 to 4, you're following up. On Mondays 2 to 6, you're doing lead generation cold calls. Wednesdays, you're doing you're doing farm letters. So, you're just assigning everything to a day and making sure you're not lacking on anything, because it's your job for that day. That's the task. That's your to-do list. Let's see. Cool. I feel like I covered that. A farm area. So this is one of the oldest tricks in the book. This is real estate from the 60s. Well, really, this is real estate from, I would say, the 90s to now, because they weren't really doing like press and printing and all that crap. So what this is it's the key to marketing is not to just blast yourself out to everybody. You want to choose a niche amount of people or a niche group and target them with specific marketing every month or every so often consistently until you build up familiarity. And they're like, I know this guy. I want to work with this guy. For example, if anyone's ever been around Pembroke Pines, the city of Pembroke Pines, consistently and looked at the bus benches, the billboards, the signs, if you think real estate in Pembroke Pines, I'm thinking Patty DeSilva. I don't know if you guys would, but she's everywhere. And it's not just all of Pines or Miramar, it's West Pines. Like, she specifically targeted this price point, this demographic, this amount of sales per month. This is the style of home. She is the go-to agent in that area. If I lived in that area and I had a house and I said, I want to sell this, I don't have to worry about thinking, let me go on Google and find a realtor. I'm going to say, I'm going to call Patty because she's done it for me. She knows this area. She could probably call me and just tell me what my house is worth without even seeing it. That's what you want to be for your farm area. You want to be the go-to person to where they say, if I want to rent out my multifamily property, I'm calling Willard, because Willard is clearly the go-to guy for that. That's all he talks about. I'm a first-time home buyer. I've never done this before. I'm going to go to Jasmine because that's all I see her do. I'm going to go to the expert. This guy, Errol, he's just a realtor. Errol's doing a little bit of everything, but I'm a first-time home buyer. I want to go to Jasmine because that's what she does. You see how it's working? So farm areas, it can be a specific area. It can be a type of property. It can even be a situation. You can even say, I want to see people who bought their properties between the years of 1990 to 2002. Because that means from that time to now, they never sold it. They're still there. They got to be tired of that house. And they got to have a crap ton of equity if they bought it in the 90s and we just had another spike after 2 spikes ago. So you see what I'm saying? So now you could send them something like, home prices have increased this much this month from this time frame, because everyone you're mailing to, they're from that time frame. So home prices have risen up here. Call me to find out what your property's worth. So it's little things like that. And you're gonna, just like I was saying before, you're gonna do this consistently, the same people every month. If you switch up your list, you're gonna be brand new to everybody and they're just gonna throw it away. But if you're hitting the same people every month and they're looking at your face, they're like, I know this guy. Is this guy again? It's him again? Like, he really wants me to, okay, so let me see what this is about, because why is he putting so much effort into getting me to know about this? He's trying to show me something. Let's figure it out. Boom. IMAP is what we use to find these people. I think we should do an actual day on IMAP, but if anyone wants me to show them IMAP later, just let me know. I'll see how much time we have after this, but I wrote a lot of slides, so I'm gonna keep powering through this, and feel free to interrupt if you have a question. Mailers. So this ties into farm area. So once you've identified your farm area or farm market, they call it farming because, like farming, you got to nurture it. You nurture it, you water it, you fertilize it, you plow it, everything, like, for a while. And then probably once a year or once every now and then you get to crop and reap the benefits. This is the same way. You're going to be for months nurturing this farm area. You'll mail them this letter. Then you mail them something different. Then you might cold call some people in the area. Then you might send them something like the market updates. You're constantly nurturing this same area because it's yours. You might find out what local events are going on in your farm area and go to it. Like, if there's a friggin' public soccer league and your farm area is near Pines Charter, go there, go to the events. It's your farm area. You are the go-to person here. Put on events. This is the biggest thing. So mailers is just, you take important information and put it in mailers. You can get all of their addresses, mailing at labels and everything on IMAP. I'll show you how to do it. You can export it and then send it to the post office or whoever's doing your flyers or whatever you're doing. And every month, as long as you're paying them, they'll print and send out all your farm letters, all your mailers consistently, like clockwork. So the goal is to just build up. You start with one, it starts getting lucrative, it builds up, you move to another one. It starts getting lucrative, it builds up. You're not getting rid of the old one. It's getting bigger. You're adding onto it, because remember, once you're full, you're going to refer these people out. You're building your own little team. Boom. Oh, and these are just some things you can put on your flyers that have had success for me. Like I was saying, home values up X%. Call me to find out your value. Do you owe? This one's for short sale. So these are people who owe more on their house than it's worth, and they're trying to avoid foreclosure. And the bank says, all right, we'll let you sell it if you get us the most money you can possibly get, basically market value for what it is now. and we'll let you out of the loan. You still can't buy a house for 2 years, but we'll let you out of this loan. You need a realtor to help you with that. And the bank will pay you a commission to find a buyer. So why not go after these people? That's low-hanging fruit. They need to sell. It's highly in their favor to sell, and it costs them nothing, and you get paid from it for someone else. So do you owe more on your home than it's worth? We can help you sell it. I'll show you how to find these people. Like I was saying over and over again, there's riches in niches. If you want to identify yourself as the expert in whatever your market is. Boom, here's some examples. I sell income properties. These are all things you can say instead of I'm a realtor. That's, you want to avoid that. Avoid saying I'm a realtor. It just sounds cheap now because it's so overused. You guys can screenshot that. This is what I was saying. Target marketing is way more effective than just blast marketing. You want to pick, who are you talking to? What's your goal of this ad? What's your goal of what you're doing today? Who are you trying to reach? If you just say I'm a realtor, people have to think and figure out how they can use you. It's better to tell them, here's how I'm helpful. Here's what I can help you with. Here's why you need me. And then you want a good link that they could click on, and it sorts them out and it just flips them. So that's why I keep saying make those websites. Targeting buyers. Okay, so now, like I was saying, you want to pick, who are you talking to? Who are you looking for? So now let's break it down. These are ways that I've had success with finding each target audience. So for finding buyers, I've gotten a good source by saying I'm offering new buyer consultations. If you want to buy a home, but you aren't ready, sit with me. I'll go over the whole process with you, explain how it works. And at the end of the call, if you're ready, we can talk to my lender to ask questions or ask more questions, or we can just get the ball rolling and get pre-approved. Home buying tips or home buying tips, ads, and posts. What I mean by that is make a list of helpful things that home buyers need. Make a list of all the questions a first-time home buyer would ask, and each question, answer it in one post. One question per post. You'll never run out of posts, because just every day, if you need a post. So watch this. Here's how it works. Right now, you're gonna post home buyer tip, first-time home buyer tip. Always do an inspection, and be sure to ask for a 4-point and wind mitigation. A lot of people just think I need a full inspection, and they're showing up to the house with an inspector, and the inspector is not giving them what they really need. Make sure you get a 4-point and a wind mitigation, because you need these reports to get insurance, right? That's a tip. That's just one tip. So you're going to post that tip, but you're also going to post something else. You're going to post, here's a market update. You know, it's totally different categories, but just so you guys can get an idea of how to keep your content going, because you're not going to sit there and record your own content over and over. Sometimes you have to get something that's reusable, something you can just pull from bed and not having touch your camera at all, something you can just whip up and post. Posting open houses with a good sign-in sheet is a very powerful way. If you don't have your own listings, you can probably ask another agent. I don't think anyone here has an active listing. But you might be able to get another agent from another brokers to let you do an open house. Or in your cold calling, if someone says, look, I won't list it with you, but yeah, you can do an open house, do the open house and just have a great sign-in sheet. The things you want to know on your sign-in sheet is what's your name, what's your number, what's your email address. That's how I reach you. Do you have a realtor right now? Because if you have a realtor, this conversation is over. There's nothing to really follow up with them about. And then you can kind of make it a little calmer by saying, well, what's your realtor's phone number? You know, that way it's like, whatever. And they'll hit, no, I don't have a realtor. And then say, all right, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to buy, sell, or rent? And they'll check off what they're looking to do. So now at the end of the open house, the next day, you take your little handy dandy sign-in sheet and you just go down the line. This person's looking to buy. Let's call them. Hey, I heard you're looking to buy. How can I help you? Here's a first-time buyer's consultation. Oh, you're looking to sell? Well, when can I check out your house and tell you what it's worth? No worries. I'll just tell you what it's worth, give you my opinion. If you want to work together, we'll get the ball rolling. Where am I? Okay, you can post stats related to buy. So this is what I was saying, inventory updates, interest rates, price updates. You could just literally go on MLS, and if it says okay to advertise, screenshot it and post, look what just came on the market. If something just sold, if it says okay to advertise, screenshot it and post, look what just went under contract, look what just sold. Literally every day there's thousands of listings. You're never running out of content, because you remember, you got your home buyer tips, you got your inventory updates, you got, look at this house on the market, look at this house I just showed yesterday. These are all things, and then you hit them with a video and you just read off something. So you can, if you look on my story today, I shared Seth Sables. He's a really big agent, and I forgot what state, but his content is so simple, but he does it so consistently and frequently, he's huge. So imagine that. Just, oh, let me give them the inventory updates of today. So today there were 3 single family houses listed, 4 of them at this price. That's it. That's the content. And people are watching like, wow, that's interesting. No one else is doing this for us. Again, you can do the paid buyer ads, which I recommend once you get a full consistency going with the leads you're generating for free out of your hustle. Put some of that money into paid leads just because it's consistency. If you break your leg or burn your throat or something, I don't know what can happen to you that makes you stop the hands-on lead generation. This is still going to go. They still owe you some calls for this month. It may not be good calls, but they still owe you some calls, and it's up to you to flip them. If someone calls you and they're not ready to buy, help them get ready to buy. Find out what the problem is. Get them with a lender. Get them with a credit specialist. Nurture these people, because at a certain point, they're going to come up ready to buy. You're not leaving real estate anytime soon. So even if it takes them 2 years, that's a buyer 2 years from now. So that's what this is all about. That's why we call it farming. You can tell people free list of available homes. I know this inventory is scarce. I know you're having a hard time finding a property. Every time you call, I'll make this a video. If you are tired of calling properties from online resources and the property's already gone, email me right now and I'll send you a list of what's instantly available, of what's actually available. That alone is exciting, and I would act on that. Absolutely. Here's my email address. Here's my phone number. Here's my name. Here's what I'm looking for. Send me the list. And then when you send them the list and they say, I want to see this, now you hit them with the, well, do you have a pre-approval? All right, well, let me get you with my lender. Are you a cash buyer? Where's your proof of funds? And then you qualify them. Just get them in the door. And then now they're in your network, right? Like I was saying, riches and niches, specialize in what they're looking for. You're not going to go to these people and say, I'm a realtor. If they are a first-time home buyer and you know that, I specialize in first-time home buyers. If they are in the military, from the military, and you know they could get a VA loan. Oh, I've had experience working with VA loans. I help people with VA loans relocate. I specialize in the city of Miramar. I specialize in multifamily properties. Just make it specific. Oh yeah, and if that's not what we're looking for, I specialize in multifamily properties, but I also work with first-time home buyers because that's how I got started, right? Paid buyer leads. Oh, I should have took that out because it's double, but it's double important. Realbird. Okay, so Realbird is similar to the paid buyer leads, but you're doing it yourself. The paid buyer leads, you're paying them and they're just throwing you on any and all properties in the area that you're paying for, and you may or may not get a call. Realbird, you're plugging in. I want to be on this property. I want to be on this property. You're going on MLS and saying, this is okay to advertise. I like this house. I want to show and sell this house. I'm going to put it on Realbird. And soon, after a certain amount of consistent days of loading 4 or 5 or 10 properties on Realbird a day, you got this network of properties that are just having your contact information on it. And if someone sees one and likes it, they're going to click it and call you. And then you just got to pick it up and flip them. Say, all right, when do you want to see it? Well, what else are you looking for? Oh, if someone calls you on a specific property, don't just work that property and let them go. Say, all right, well, let's see it. But what is it you're looking for, just so I can set up some more? What is it you're looking for so I can send you some more options that might work better? Just in case this inventory is crazy. Things have been flying off the shelf. So just in case that one's gone, I don't want to lose any time. But what are you looking for? I'll send you some more options. So on the same day, you get the gist. Boom. Oh, neighborhood newsletter is just what it sounds like. You pick your farm area, and you can literally make a newsletter of the area. So you can say, I specialize in Monarch Lakes. Here's what's going on in Monarch Lakes. Come on down to Monarch Lakes. Do you want to buy a house in Monarch Lakes? Call me. I'm your guy. That's what I mean by neighborhood newsletter. There's a PTA meeting today. There's a food truck festival today. You can post this on your Instagram, food truck festival, like just sharing things going on in a local city. And if someone says, I want to live in that area, I'm going to go with this guy because he knows that area, because I don't. These are people coming from different areas. They're coming from Kansas, wanting to go to Cooper City. I need someone who knows Cooper City to tell me all the great things about the schools and the food trucks and all this crap. All right. Boom. Doing more rentals. Highly, highly, highly recommended. I don't care how good you got it. Still keep a flow of rentals coming in, not only because of the quick income they bring, but these tenants within a couple of years are going to come back to you as buyers because you helped them find a rental and no one could. And they got money, they got jobs. They're just not ready to buy right now. They're just probably trying to figure things out. So definitely keep rentals going because they're a source of quick income. They're a source of future buyers and a great source of referral leads because they're just ever so grateful you moved them in. And when people go over like, oh, wow, where'd you find this place? My realtor. Boom, give them your card. Give them a welcome home gift with your name on it. I don't know, figure that out. So to get more rentals, local rental specialist, as like I was saying, so post on your social media. I'm the Fort Lauderdale rental specialist. I'm the South Florida rental specialist. I am the apartment rental specialist, luxury rental specialist, whatever. Recently rented updates is like I was saying before, go on MLS. If it says okay to advertise, screenshot, look what rental just hit the market. Who wants to see this rental? Screenshot, look at these rentals, this list of rentals in my farm area. Do you want to see any of them? Screenshot, look at how much this rental wants to move in. This is all content, and you're just rotating it out. So every day, neighborhood updates, stat updates, first time home buyer tip, rental of the day, purchase of the day, multifamily. So whatever you're doing, this is your content wheel. This is how you're not running out of content. Every day you got 30 things you can post, and you're just choosing what's the most lucrative, right? All right. What landlords look for a post. This is literally looking at the approval criteria and screenshotting it. So this rental right here is looking for 3 times the rent, which is X amount, this credit score, this much down. Do you qualify? Little things like that. A random post, picture of your face, like, picture of your face, need to move fast. Everybody need to move fast. Yes, I need to move fast. My lease is up last month and I'm already on my 3rd extension. So yes, I need to move fast. Act now. Here's my number. Send me a list. Are you tired of seeing properties on the market already rented by the time you call on them? Call me for a free list of available rentals straight from the MLS, right? Have a good online intake system. So when you're doing these posts, need a rental, who needs a rental, who's looking for a rental, because you're not just doing this on Instagram. You got to do it on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on freaking Google, like everywhere you can. You want to have a broad range of content. I have a secret for you. Not everybody has an Instagram. And those people still need houses, right? So how do you target these people? By getting everywhere. This is why Patty DeSilva's on bus benches and freaking billboards. Guess what? I bet she's also on Instagram. I bet if you search Patty DeSilva on freaking Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, you're going to find her because she has, this is blanket marketing of her farm area. She has it on lock. She double dogs dare you to put a sign or a bus bench in her city. It's gonna look stupid. It's not even gonna make sense because she did such a good job at holding it down, and that's what we need to do, right? Free list of, okay, online intake system. So the purpose of the online intake system is as they click it, your call to action is simply click the link in bio, click this link, click here, scan this QR code, and then it takes them to fill this out. What are you looking for? You know what? Here, I'm not going to do it. I'm not just going to kill so much time. So the purpose is go on the investorpropertygurus.com and click on the For Renters tab, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's saying, when do you need to move? What's your budget? Do you have any pets? Do you have first class security ready? Any evictions? Do you have any felony convictions? All the things I need to know out the gate. And then it's going to ask, guess what? Your name, your number, your email address. So I can get that and send it to one of you. So you can just already know what they're looking for, send them a list, and then you follow up with them and say, here's a list of available rentals. Which one do you want to see? Do you want any changes? If they don't respond, hit them back in 3 days. Hey, I sent you this list. Did you not like it? What can I change about it? And just keep following up. And then I'm gonna send you another one, and that one doesn't work, but you keep following up on both. Then I'm gonna send you another. Now you're following up on all 3. And then you got 3 people coming in. Now you're following up for 6 because you got a follow-up day. I'm moving fast. Feel free to slow me down, but this is just all related. It's this huge network of information, which is clearly why I never brought this information out earlier, because everybody had to get a certain amount of experience. So, which I'm glad, like literally everyone here has done a deal, and I think that's freaking great. Working with investors. We are the investment property gurus, so this is probably the most important, the most relative. Bigger Pockets posting is where I got the largest source of qualified investor leads. These are the biggest caliber buyers I've had from Bigger Pockets. BiggerPockets.com is a social network for real estate investors. It's a resource. It's where they go to learn to invest better. That alone tells you something. So to get into this network, you as an agent want to create a profile, join the team, the Investment Property Gurus, because I'm already on there. I already have a face on there. We already have a logo on there. And just as you see every day, every single day. So Fridays, you're following up. Mondays, you're cold calling or whatever. Tuesdays, you're on Bigger Pockets for an hour, just looking through all the forum posts, whether it's in South Florida, whether it's in Birmingham, it doesn't matter. If you see something that you can answer or give input on that you feel won't sound stupid, just post it. It's your opinion. It's not like someone's gonna come and say, oh, hell no, you wrong. It's not gonna happen. So just every day do it, right? And what's gonna happen is people are gonna start to vote. They're gonna be like, oh, I like that. Like it's like Facebook. Like people like what you have to say. Like, that's a good point. Like, that's a good question. Like, and then other investors are gonna say, I'm an investor in South Florida. This guy's in South Florida. I want to be his friend. And you start getting these contact requests. You start getting these friend requests. And then you start getting leads. Someone saying, hey, I actually want to buy my first income property in Miami. They might be in Kansas, but you're in Miami, and that's exciting to them. So Bigger Pockets is just a great way to get yourself out there, because you're still on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, and now you're on Bigger Pockets because it's a whole new market. The people on Bigger Pockets might not be on Facebook or Instagram. They might see it as a waste of time. Making investor tip videos and posts, just like you're doing with the first time home buyers. Show them how to calculate a cap rate. Show them how to know if a property has separate water meters. So check this out, investors. Did you know that if you look at a multifamily property, you can see if the tenants can pay their own water or not by checking out the water meters? Here's a picture of a water meter. This multifamily has one water meter. So that means the owner has to pay. There's no way for them to split it. This multifamily property is a fourplex with 4 water meters. That's great. That means each tenant can pay their own water. Little things like that. And it only comes from being there and reiterating it. You see something, you learn something, teach it to them. And the benefit that I say with working with first-time home buyers is because real estate is brand new to them. So you are out the gate more experienced than them. So anything you tell them is amazing. So just start there and then expand. Learn to invest with me post. That's very exciting. That's very engaging. I want to learn how to invest, and it's free. Learn to invest with me for free. I'll walk you through the steps, whatever you choose to do. Getting vacant rental listings is another great source of listings. So I fill rental vacancies post, right? Having problems with your tenants, troubled tenants, let me help you find a new one. Let me show you how to reduce eviction risk. Let me show you how to screen and qualify your tenant for the best results. Let me show you how I screen and qualify tenants for the best results. These are all things you just want to show them the process, post by post, step by post. Each post is one word, not word. Each post is one line, one sentence, one point, one fact, and you got a million of them. So you got a million posts. You post one thing on Facebook, post the same thing on Instagram and the same thing on Twitter. You're just recycling, and save it all and have like a content bank. And then you'll post something fresh, like a market update. That has to be fresh. But the cap rate explanation, that's going to forever be. So every few months, repost it. Every few weeks, repost it. Realbird is what I was telling you. You put your own properties in. So to target investors, you're going to put multifamilies in there. You're going to put commercial properties, some retail properties, because now you're going to get this network of properties out there with your face on them that are attracted to to investors. Real estate math posts. So like I was saying, do a quick reel, a video, a pictogram, something showing here's how you calculate a cap rate. Here's how you calculate a ROI. Here's how you determine common expenses you can reduce, the benefit of property management, little things like that. And just talking about cap rates and ROIs is attractive to investors. Like even if you're out in public and just talking about cap rates on the phone, someone's gonna say, what you do? You're a realtor, you work with investors. So just going on live and talking about cap rates and ROIs, posting a picture on cap rates, posting a property that recently sold and showing here's the cap rate that investor might be walking away with. That's exciting. Show me how you can too get a cap rate like this. An average cap rate is about 7%. So anything over 7 is exciting to them. And how it works, the bigger the cap rate, supposedly the more risky the investment. So if you put your money in a savings account, you're going to get less than 1% because that money is there. You're not going to lose it. It's not very risky. If you put your money into a stock, right, it can go way up. It can go way down. So the more volatile the stock, the cheaper it may be, like penny stocks, because they're so volatile, it can go way up, it can go way down, and you can lose it all. But if it goes way up, you have a huge earning potential, meaning that's a huge cap rate, meaning that's a huge risk. Hope that makes sense. Tell people about it. Boom. Sellers and listings. This is going to be the most money you can make, I would say, because this is inventory. Once you have inventory, you have what other agents want. You have what their buyers need. You see how hard it is to secure a deal as a buyer's agent or a tenant's agent. So having the listing in your name is just giving lockbox codes and answering questions. And this means you can work with 15 sellers, but you might only be able to handle 5 buyers. So imagine that you're getting the same amount of money. You're each getting 3%, 3.5%, 4%, maybe 2%. But your job as a listing agent, you have way more responsibility, but way less hands-on work. All right. So ways to get sellers: your farm area, picking a target audience and hitting them every month consistently, every 3 weeks, however, so consistently, and making them familiar with you. They're not going to be ready to sell right now, but the goal is when they are ready to sell, they already know who to think of. They don't have to think, crap, how am I going to find someone? You found me. I'm here. I found you. All right. Offering them for sale by owner help kit. This is something that you're going to create. I have one. Ask me for it if you want to do this, and I will send it to you and we can tweak it together. But this is just a DIY kit. I want to help you sell your home yourself. And when you're ready to buy the next one, come to me. You do want to list it, but you're going to say, I'm so confident in my ability that if you still need help, okay, so how do we word this? This is information to help you sell your property yourself. This isn't everything that I could do, but these are some things that I've seen work for other people. It's going to be very difficult stuff. It's going to be, all right, so host an open house and here's some open house tips. Take professional pictures and here's how you do it. And then in the little comments, going to be, here's what I do. Now, if you still want to work with a professional, if you're ready to work with a professional, here's my number, call me and I'll show you the difference on what I can do versus what you could do. And what they're doing is he gave me so much stuff that I could do on my own without him. I'm excited to see what he could do, because this stuff right here is really freaking helpful. I can see how this can help. I just don't have time to do it. Right. And if they do end up selling it with your free help, guess what? All right, great. It worked. Is there anyone that you know that I can work with now that you know my results are proven? Boom, get a referral out of it. Seller tips ads, just the same. Seller tip ad, holding open houses are more likely to get more traction. Did you know that open house signs further, like whatever you come up with, find them on Google and reiterate them. A free highest price analysis. This is like you're cold calling, you're calling them, and this is something you can offer them. Well, look, if you're interested in selling your property, the market is higher now than it was then. So I'm willing to offer you a free highest price analysis. It's where I'll look at it, I'll give you my personal opinion on what it's worth, and I'll tell you a range of timing versus pricing so we can find the actual highest price you can potentially get for this property and come up with a plan to get that. Boom. Cold calling for FSBO is for sale by owner and FURBO is for rent by owner. Every FSBO and FURBO sign. This is my biggest source of listings. So when you're driving and you see a red for sale by owner sign with a handwritten number, a red for rent sign with a handwritten number, stop at as many of them as you can, or just take a picture of it while you're driving and call it right there. It is worth it. Thousands of dollars to be made by these phone calls, because more often than not, that sign you saw, that's the only marketing they did. So you call them, it's probably their first call and they're so excited. And make sure you have something to talk about. You're not just calling just to call. You're going to say, hey, I'm calling about the property on University. I saw it. I'm a realtor. I just wanted some information. How much are you asking? What's the price? Blah, blah, blah. Get them to answer your questions because they know you're a realtor. And then say, well, listen, have you considered working with a professional? Let them answer yes or no. Reword this how you want. Reword this because this may not work for you the way you're going to say it. And your ultimate goal is to offer them a highest price analysis, property consultation, for sale by owner help kit, whatever you feel will work to get in the door. But just know, as the first person to call them, they may very well say, yes, I am looking for a realtor. I just didn't know how to find one. Yes, I am frustrated and pissed off with all these random people calling me that just want to see the house. I want a professional to take over. So just everyone, do a bad job until you do a good job. If they cuss you out, they don't know what you look like unless you're standing in the yard and they look at you and cuss you out in person. Holding open houses is, okay, when I say it with a street sign, literally there's a sign in front of the house that says open house. So hosting open houses with that don't say street sign, that says sign-in sheets. So hosting open houses with a sign-in sheet, just as powerful as it is with getting buyers, it is with getting sellers, because you have a list of people saying, I want to sell, I want to sell, I want to buy, I want to buy. Boom. Short sale listings, the low-hanging fruit. Ways to get them is with short sale letters, which is simply a letter that says, here's how my title company works. Here's how a short sale works. Did you know that you, up until your auction date, can try to go to the courthouse with a contract and try to stop the auction for it to do a short sale. Did you know that if you do a short sale, even if you owe more on the property than it's worth, we can sell it and get you out of this with the bank? Did you know that with a short sale, you can still buy another property in 2 years and start all over and fix your credit? A foreclosure is going to be on your credit for 7 years. You should short sale with me. Did you know with a short sale, I'm free? You don't have to pay me anything. I get paid from the bank, and they might even give you money to relocate it. You never. So IMAP is another, the source I keep talking about is where you find all these people. So IMAP, you can do a foreclosure search and look for properties that have list pendants on them. List pendants is, I think it's a Latin word for pending legal action. So all the properties that are pending legal action, you want to send them a farm letter. You're not sending a broad postcard like you would a regular seller, which is not wrapped. You want to put it in an envelope, maybe hand address it, and every month send it to them, because this situation is not changing. But what some people will do is if they're in foreclosure, they're not going to pay attention to it right away because they're going to think, I'll get out of it. I'll fix this. I don't need help. I can fix this myself. So if every month you're sending it to them, they're like, okay, I'll keep your number. I'll keep your information. And as they get closer to that foreclosure date, they're like, all right, I need to do something. So again, this isn't something you're just going to do one time and get it. You're going to have to hit the same target farm area over and over to build familiarity. And when they're ready, they'll come to you. You just got to be ready to answer the phone. The biggest thing is answer your phone. If you don't answer your phone, you're going to miss out. They will not call you back. They will move on to the next person. Raise short sale awareness. If you guys just learned about short sales, congratulations. Teach people about them. Raise awareness. Do posts. Be a short sale specialist for the next 4 months and see where it gets you. You might love it. Do literally as simple as it sounds. Do a post one fact at a time. Did you know that with a short sale, you can rebuy another property within 2 years? Did you know that with a short sale, you can get out of a foreclosure even if you owe more on the home than it's worth? Did you know that in a short sale, the bank pays a realtor? That's 5 posts, right? How many things I just said? That's an independent post. And you're not posting these all one day. You're going to do one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, blah, 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 right? So you have a post per day on short sales, a post per day on rentals, a post per day on seller tips, a post per day on market updates. Do you get how this is working? Now all your social medias are full and you never ran out of content. Find a team market with an attorney or a title company, because they're the ones that are actually going to do these short sales. They're the ones who are going to negotiate with the bank and get these buyers out of these foreclosures with the sellers. So team up with them, say, look, I want to get sellers in the door that need to do short sales. Can you bring them home? Let's team up on the marketing costs. I want to mail out 1,000 flyers a month. Will you split that with me? I want to mail out 50 flyers a month. Will you pay for that? Do you have a short sale letter already that I can brand my logo on and send out? Do you have a short sale letter that I can brand my logo on and you send out? That you never know. I have had a title company send out all the short sale letters for me. I just had to find the people and send them the names. I say, look, here's your list of the day. And that was a teamwork. I'm going to find them. You guys reach out to them. And it has my number on it. So they don't have to worry about answering 40 calls. I'm going to answer the calls. I'll sort them out. And then I'll bring them back to you guys ready to go. You guys get paid to do a short sale. I get paid to sell a house. Teamwork. Educating people. This is building your own buyer. Again, not everybody is ready to buy, sell, or rent, but eventually, more often than not, almost everybody does buy, sell, or rent in their life. So if you start building your dream client, showing them, here's how the game goes, here's how the market works, here's how we find a property, here's how we sell a property. Not only are you training them on how you work, but they're getting comfortable with you and confident in you. And just by following you, they feel like they're taking steps and getting closer to buy their house. Let me go ahead and follow Arrow, because every day he's showing me something and putting me closer and closer in line to buy a house. So today, Arrow posted about credit. Let me fix my credit today. Today, Arrow posted about savings. Let me start a savings account. So you're literally building your dream go-to client. This second line, I love it. So dopamine is the mind's sticky notes. When you teach someone something new and exciting, they get a little, they get like a little burst of dopamine in their mind, and they forever stick. Like it's there. Like when you got your first mental math question. Nah, that's a bad one because I don't know who the hell taught me mental math. Okay. When I learned to edit videos, I was like, oh, wow, this is so exciting. I didn't know I could do this. I thought it was so hard. But I'll forever remember Sheet the Geek sitting with me, showing me how to edit on LumaFusion and iMovie. Like I remember the day. I remember what color the room, like everything, like a good educational piece of info sticks with you. And I be feeling like I owe him sometimes just for teaching me something so powerful. So definitely go with that. When people learn from you, they want to be around you more because you're smart. You're smarter than them, they feel, and they want to be smart too. So I'm going to hang around this smart guy. When you teach something exciting, yes. Get better at explaining things is probably the most powerful thing you can do. Explain things poorly until you get better at it. And you will know by always asking for feedback. I like to always constantly ask, did that make sense? You don't want it to sound offensive to where like, I think you're stupid. I don't think you get it, but you just want to understand comprehension. Like just make sure the way I explained it is the way you got it. Because I can explain something to you, but you would have received it a whole other way. And this is big in relationships and friendships and business relationships, everything. You can say something to the other person and they receive it totally wrong. So just make sure you're getting better and better at explaining your point and getting it across so the person you're talking to understands it. You're not going to explain something to so-and-so the same way you're going to explain it to so-and-so. They're going to receive it differently. That's your job. Oh, that's the next point. Everyone learns differently. Become a resource of information. So I've gotten to the point where if someone has a real estate question, no matter how random it is, they will call me out the blue. I'll be like, hello, hey, it's so-and-so. I just had a quick question. And I'm fine with that. I'll answer it. If I don't have the answer, I'll get the answer, or I will direct them to who has the answer. That is called being the resource. You are the go-to. And when these people who aren't ready to buy now, but just had these random questions, when they are ready, they're going to the resource. They're going to the plug. I want to go to the person who knows this crap better than anybody. When I asked, no offense, when I asked Errol, he didn't have the answer. But when I asked Jasmine, she had the perfect answer. So I'm going to work with Jasmine. That's how this works. Get better at explaining, become a resource, and in all your posts, make them educational at some point. Have some for entertainment, have some just to throw away, but that's the gist. Content marketing. This is kind of how I kind of sprung everybody into it and started this, but content marketing is not the only way of marketing. It's just the free way of marketing. It's the probably way of marketing where you don't have to go anywhere or do anything. So this is just my go-to way, but you want to do this in conjunction with your paid ads, with your farm letters, with your cold calls. All of this comes into play. You can even, so one thing that's worked for me is marketing mornings. I wake up early morning, and before my phone starts blowing up and before I have all this crap to do, that's when I'll do all my marketing stuff of the day. So that's why I'll go on Bigger Pockets at 6 a.m. and hit out like probably 7 blog posts and say, I think this, I think that's dumb. I think you're crazy. Here's what I think. And boom, I'm done. They don't really care what time because they're going to wake up when they wake up and see it. I'll post on Instagram. I'll post on Twitter. I'll post on Snapchat, whatever. They're going to wake up and see it when they see it. There's also apps where you can put like a carousel of posts where like at 11 o'clock every day post this, 12 o'clock post this. So it'll bang it out for you so you can move on to other things, because the goal of everything is to do it consistently and then systemize it. Once it's systemized, you move on to something else. Imagine if your whole lead generation system is systemized, you're done. You can move on to the next task, which is just managing your team. Don't forget the hashtags, because hashtags are how you get spread out to other pages, right? That puts me on the note of here's how social media works. What and how you post it depends on who you're reaching. So let's take Instagram and break it down. When you do a story post, that is really only talking to your current followers. You're sending out to the people who follow you now. If you post a reel publicly, that is going out to all of Instagram, and its goal is to bring in new followers. If you do a regular post, it's for both. It's going to be your current following. It's also going to go out to Instagram if you have the right hashtags, but the reel as video is going to be spread way more than the regular story post photo. The reel is more shareable than a posted video. If you share a reel, it automatically plays with sound and audio. If you share a post, it may just be a still picture, like click here to see the post. You can easily share a reel because a reel is going to always say share to anybody. A story post, only who you tag in it can share it. So that is the key difference. Minimize writing on image and video posts, because if it's an image you're trying to post on Instagram, Instagram is known for images. So if you have too many words, Instagram, the app, is going to see it and think this is an ad. You're trying to sell people something and get them off of Instagram. It's not going to push your ad. Instagram doesn't like when you take people away from it. So don't put websites, don't put links. The most you want to do is say, check out my bio, click the link in bio in the description. But if you have a link in the image, Instagram's going to say, where are you taking my followers? Where are you taking my users? And it's going to ban you. All right. If people don't see you working, they assume you aren't working. You know it's true, because if you don't see me for a week and don't hear from me for a week, you assume, what the hell's Khalid doing? He's just sitting there and being content marketing. Continue. Post multiple times daily. Don't just wake up and post something and move on, because we all know Instagram has to push your post. You're not just going to post something and all your followers are going to see it. So that's why you got to keep hitting it, keep going, because it's going to show this one to 30 people, this one to 100, this one's going to go over here, and it's going to each hit a different target audience. And you never know who's going to engage yet. You still don't know who's going to engage. So you got to just go. This is work. That's why it's important to probably get the app that can just post for you consistently so you don't fall off. Have a call to action. A call to action is, okay, I seen your post. I like your post. What do you want me to do now? Call to action is link in bio. Call me to set up a consultation. DM me questions. It's just, okay, I've seen it. I liked it. Now what do I do? Otherwise, I just see your post. I like your post. I scroll away. You want them to do something while you have their attention. They might not do it, but this is your chance to try. Every post you can, have a call to action, even if it's a dumb random post. If I just post a picture of this freaking plane, God, if I just post, there's a plane in my hand. If I just post a picture of that plane, I can say, follow the investment property gurus on Instagram. That's what I want from you. That's my call to action. It's just a random picture of a plane, but it doesn't matter. Did you see my call to action? You like the picture, right? Do something for me. That helps me. Have a solid link in bio made for, where am I? Oh, okay, boom. Have a solid link in bio made for conversion. That's what I was saying before. Your link in bio should kind of do everything. Again, go to the investmentpropertygurus.com. Click the link in my bio. I urge you guys to look at who you feel is probably the most successful realtor on your Instagram and click the link in their bio. See what it does. And then learn to adapt your link in bio from that. You will be impressed with what some of these realtors' links in bios are doing. So reviews, feedback, showing pics, market updates. Where am I going with this? Fact and answers. Oh, these are things you can post on content marketing. So if someone leaves you a review on a website, if someone says, yo, you were amazing, thank you, screenshot it and post it on your Instagram. You don't have to blast their number or their face or anything, but just post, yeah, you see the arrow difference. You see how well I work. You could be next. This could be you. Who's next? I just closed this client. Who's the next one? Whatever. Showing pics, when you're out on showing pictures of the houses, people love that. Maybe do a walkthrough video, people love that. Marketing, oh, if there's a picture of a family in the house though, don't post that picture because that can get out. Market updates, just like I said, there is 400 single family houses available in all of South Florida. There's only 30 houses priced under 400,000 in all of Broward County, whatever. Tips and tricks, if you are having a hard time getting your offer accepted, try offering an extra security deposit. Give that away. That's a trick. And they're like, wow, what else does he know? Boom. Frequently asked questions and answers. So if you get the same question over and over, like, how much do I need to put down? Did you know that you can get a house with as little as 3.5% down? Did you know that if you've been in the Army and using a VA loan, you can get a house with as little as nothing down, just pay the closing cost? Boom. Go live. To make the amount of money you've never made, you have to do things you've never done. If you've never gone live, I highly suggest you go live. If you don't go live on your own, maybe just jump on to someone else's live. What I started doing is I started going live on Twitch. Twitch is very uninvasive as far as going live because it's not like your 3,000 Instagram followers. You get monetized on Twitch once you get 50 followers, which that's pretty easy, and just keep the consistency. So just maybe go on Twitch, go live over there and just do days in a life, show what you're doing, start a vlog and download the Twitch and upload it to YouTube. Take little 1-minute clips of that video and upload it on Instagram and Facebook as a reel. So you're recycling this one bit of content as a bunch of other things. And it's organic because you actually sat there with a camera recording what you're doing. No one saw it. And when you're ready to put it out, put it out. Outfits of the day. Everybody here be dressing. So, if you feel like you dressed up today, take a picture. Even if you going to church, even if it don't matter where you going, just look how good I look and then post, book a consultation. Click here to ask me questions, but do a story post, ask questions, whatever, like however you flip that bit of content, your call to action is all that really matters. I could post a picture of this race car. I don't know why I keep showing y'all stuff like it's gonna show past this overlay, but I could post a picture of that and say, ask me any real estate related question you have. Ask me questions on first time home buyers. Going live at 3 p.m. It's dumb. It makes no sense, but you looked at it. I have your attention, and here's what I want you to do with that attention. Here's what I want to do with your attention. Boom. Cold calling. Okay, so cold calling is very powerful, very tiring, and a lot of people will start strong and fall off. So door knocking is kind of similar. It's just more invasive. You are welcome to try. I personally have tried to door knock once and it did not work for me. I got 0 leads, but who's to say door knocking might not work better for you? You could do it better than me, but just know door knocking is a thing. It is legal. You may do it. It's just I don't have enough information to tell you to lead you for success on that. So find another trainer to teach you on door knocking. Landvoice.com. This is a website where for $100 a month, they will give you daily list of all the for sale by owners online. They scrub all the websites and they say, this person has listed their house and it's not with a realtor. Here's their number. This person it'll give you the address, the owner name, and their phone number. And you just call them. You don't know anything about the house. You're blindly calling them, but there are trainings that will get you better at cold calling. So you know what to say. You want to use dialogues. You're not going to have a script. You're going to have dialogues. Like, I'm going to say something like this. They're going to say something like this. And I'm going to say something like this, and you prepare yourself to overcome the objections that they're going to throw at you, because they're going to say, oh no, I don't want to work with a realtor, I'm waiting for summer. No, I don't want to work with a realtor, my cousin's a realtor. And I've heard that before. I know what to say the best counteract that. For salebyowner.com is just, if you don't want to pay $100 a month, it's a website where they tend to post their properties. It's not always really by owner. Sometimes there's listed properties there too, but you can manually find them and call them. The best source of for sale by owners for me has been for sale by owner, for rent by owner signs. Whenever I see them, I try to call them, or I'll take a picture and send it to one of you guys to call. That is the best way to get better and better at calling, because the people on LandVoice, everybody with LandVoice has their numbers. So they're probably tired of these calls, but it's really a matter of who calls first and who calls best. The signs, you may be the only person to call, so whether it went good or bad doesn't matter. You may get cursed out in cold calling. I've been cursed out a few times, and it hurt. It make you feel bad. But the thing my broker at the time told me was, all right, well, what does this guy look like? And I said, I don't know. All right, what kind of car you drive? I don't know. So it's like, they don't know who you are. They don't know what you look like. If you saw them in the street and they just dropped dead, you will not know who it was. So don't worry about it. This is why telemarketers are so good. But there are trainings on this, and I highly suggest you guys pay for them and take them. These are not with the Miami board. These are just with high caliber salespeople who have great success on the phones. They may be from telemarketing. They may be from stocks, whatever. That's the trainings you want to really pay for. They may be 300, 500. Some of them are in the thousands. But just imagine you're paying that and you're getting this crazy knowledge that no one else has, and you become a beast on the phone. And you just get listing after listing after listing, and you don't have to leave your office ever again. Think about it. And then you get better at sellers presentations, which we've already started on. As you see, we've been doing this backwards. Pictographs is just what we've kind of been making on Canva. It's when you take the information, and instead of just having a camera and saying it, or just writing it out in like a paragraph of words, you're having a picture of a duplex and saying cap rate, boom, look, cute little picture, boom, here's our logo, boom. That's a pictograph. We have trainings on how to make these. Sanchair will teach you how to make these. You can go on YouTube and learn how to make these. In fact, I think I have a Sanchair training on YouTube, on my YouTube, on how to make pictographs. So follow my YouTube, Khalid Explains It All. Boom. Save every email address and phone number you encounter. This is big. From now, you guys are relatively newer. Like, I wouldn't even call you guys new agents anymore. Like, you're experienced. You guys have done deals. So from here on out, if you can go back and find the old ones, just save it in your phone. Just if someone calls you, to lock in their number, put the email address. However you can, just because what you're going to do is, over time, as you come up with a new follow-up system, you may develop an email drip campaign. You may come up with a new team name and want to do a mixer and want to invite everybody you've ever worked with. You never know. You may want to sit down one day on a follow-up Friday and just go down the line and follow up with everybody you've ever done a deal with, just to say, how's the house? How you like it? Is there anyone else that you know that I can help find a property next? Because you're asking for referrals. You're going to follow up with people to get their business, get future business, and to push your deal through. All right. Boom. Get people to talk about you. This goes right back into referrals. So you want to stand out, be memorable, show that you care, teach them something, and show your expertise and professionalism. When you meet new people, especially from a cold lead, and this is your first time showing them a house, if you ever showed somebody a house and never seen or heard from them again, you weren't that memorable. You weren't their realtor. They were never your client. That was a prospect that you showed the okay, that was a lead. That was a lead that you just met in person and never converted into a client. So take it seriously. Maybe on your next showing, don't be all HGTV like, but just be more sociable, be more yourself. Let them kind of feel you out and you feel them out, and actually care that they're here for a reason and care what they have going on. Ask questions, answer questions. That's what it's all about. And then set up for the next meeting. After that, say, all right, well, when can we meet again? Let's set up a little better. I'll do this. I'll send you another list. You let me know how we can do. All right, let's meet up later. I'll talk to my lender. You talk to the lender, whatever. Set up the next meeting from there and then follow up until then. Boom. Get and share your feedback. I already kind of said this. As people send you referral, send you reviews, send you feedback, send you, wow, thanks again. Oh my God, you did great. Yo, I love that house. Screenshot it. Don't show their personal information. You can even go a step further and say, hey, is it okay if I send this if I share this screenshot, show them what it looks like and show them, look, there's no personal information, but is it okay if I share this on my social media? I'm trying to get more clients in. By the way, anybody you know that I can work with after we're done, boom. As for online reviews, you want to have one review source that you could just keep hitting and have a crap ton of reviews on. Zillow will let you give reviews. There's a place called Review My Agent. Yeah, I think Review My Agent. That's through the Miami board. But wherever you choose to get your reviews, maybe you do Google reviews. Yeah, set up Google reviews. Make yourself as a business on Google. Set up Google reviews, and then every deal you do, can you give me a review? Even if it doesn't go through, can you give me a review? That's how you can help me. That's how I gave out 3 tanks of gas driving you around. We didn't buy anything. Give me a review. It's the least you could do. As for testimonial videos, that's literally what, like, hey, you mind doing a quick video just saying, yo, it's me. I just want to say I work with Aisha. She's great. Very professional. She came on time, blah, blah, blah. Highly recommended. Hit up Aisha for a session, like, whatever. Take a picture with your happy clients at move-in. Hold the keys. Like, hey, let's take a picture. Boop, post. This can be you. Who's next? Book a consultation. Let's set up and show you some properties next. And ask for referrals. Don't be scared to ask. They may have a ton of people that's ready to move, but we're scared to just say, here, do this person, because they may have felt that if they gave you the next person's number, you'd move on because they know that their friend's budget's higher than them and they don't want to be put in the back burner. So when you're almost done, when you are done, say, do you have anybody else? Boom. And then don't say, give them my number. It's always best to ask for the person's number and say, I'll call them. Is it okay if I call them? That way you're in control. You don't have to sit there waiting by the phone. Increase your perceived value. This is big. I'm big on this. What this means in a nutshell is just look the part. Act as if, because if you look like you know what you're doing, if you look like you've been here before, people are less likely to question you, less likely to kind of have skepticism about working with you. They're like, if anything, they feel like, wow, I get to work with this person because of how lavish and how experienced and well-rounded you seem. That's what I mean. When I say not easily impressed, some people will literally go into a house and freak out like they have never seen a house that nice before. Like, oh, damn. Okay. You know, like, wow. So just act like, okay, so yeah. So we have vaulted ceiling. As you see, this bathroom is freaking 5,000 square feet. You know, like, just, I've been here before. Of course, it's okay to get excited if you're naturally excited. That's cool because you want to show emotion, show passion, show that you're a real person. And if they're excited, get excited too. But you don't want to be more excited than them. You don't want to have a portion of freaking garage and you're like, yo, can I take a picture of this real quick? Make it work. You can take a picture of the Porsche because that's great content, but don't make it sound like you've never seen a Porsche. I think that's the main idea of this. When I say treat everyone as if they are a luxury client, I mean, act like you've been here before. It's not so much as treating everyone like being their butler. What I mean so much is, if you go into the Ramada, if you go into Sexy Fish or some of these lavish lifestyle places, they treat everyone as if you're a 5-star guest. If you're on like the beach and you go into the Diplomat just to use the bathroom and you're dripping wet in your swim trunks, they're still gonna say, "Why, yes, sir, the bathroom is right this way." Just because you're like, "Damn, this is a nice place." They just used to this. They're so used to this lavish lifestyle. They're so used to just working with clients and they're so calm, and I'm freaking out, and look how calm they are because they've been here before. This isn't a real problem to them. They know what to do. That's what I mean. Oh, and when I say respect your own time, that means just what it sounds like. If someone's calling like, "Hey, it's 11. Willard ain't got nothing to do. So, hey, Willard, can you come show me this house real quick at 12:30 at night?" Don't be like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." Because then it's like, yeah, he need this. You know, he need this. He don't respect this. Because then they're going to consistently say, "It's 2 a.m. Come show me this house. Hey, why don't you meet me over here and do this for me?" So respecting your own time is like, "I'm sorry, I'm busy. I don't have time for that. I'm sorry. Can we do it tomorrow? I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah." Because it's like, oh, damn, it's hard to get to Errol. So the few times I get Errol out the office to show me this property, I got to respect it because I know it's not easy. I know there's a line of people waiting to work with Errol and see what Errol got to show. All right. Boom. Have multiple sources of leads is what I've been saying. You don't just want to be a cold caller. You don't just want to have your paid ads. You don't just want to be on social medias posting all day and that's it. You want to put all of this into integration, right? And then when I say identify performing and non-performing activities, is you want to look back every month and let's see what happened. Okay, so I got 12 leads from referrals. I got 10 leads from this page source. I got 3 leads from bigger pockets. I haven't got anything from door knocking. So maybe I should stop door knocking and put more time into my bigger pockets post because these 3 leads I got from bigger pockets have $600,000 budgets, right? Maybe I should put more time into rentals because I'm getting 20 rentals a day. I can start a full rental team. So you got to really analyze what's working and what's not working and evolve. And soon you'll have this slew of daily activities that you're doing every day, every week that generate a set amount of leads per month because you're doing it consistently. Once you find out what works, you keep doing it consistently, and you're gonna replicate the same result. And on that note, as you do it on a larger scale, the results should also come in on a larger scale. So the key is to never stop, because imagine you're doing well, you make 6 figures in December alone, and you're doing so good, you're like, "I'm chilling," and you stop lead generating, your leads are going to stop in about 2 months. You still got leads coming in because you still been putting stuff out, but soon that month you took off is gonna hit you in 3. Never stop. Yeah. In summary, have multiple sources of leads. That is the biggest thing. Choose a niche or target market. Don't just tell everybody, "I'm a realtor. Work with me." Doesn't work. Never stop generating leads. Keep them coming. Pick what you're gonna do and just keep drilling at it. Paid leads are great, but should be combined with leads you organically earn, which is like you're posting on social media, you're cold calling, all of that. Imagine how much money this is being generated. If you're posting on Instagram daily, that's giving you leads, but then Zillow's still giving you 3 people with $600,000 budgets a day. And then here comes 2 people looking for $1 million multifamily on bigger pockets. And then, so now you're getting to the point where like, okay, I have all these people. I'm going to personally take these bigger pockets, guys, because that's $2 million right there. I got time for that. I'll take 2 people from Zillow because that's another 1.6. I'll do that. You know, whatever it boils down to. And then the rest of these people, "Hey, Willard, you got time? I'm going to go ahead and give you this $600,000 person from bigger pockets. Give me 25% of that, because you wouldn't have got nothing if you tried to work all these people and this person says, 'Yo, this guy sucks. I'm out. I'm finding another realtor with time for me.'" You got 7 rentals. Aisha, can you knock out these 7 rentals real quick? Aisha got 7 rentals. So that's $1,000 times 7, because a rental you're gonna get what, $2,000 a month, $1,000. So that's $7,000 Aisha just picked up. And it's like it, and then you got 20% of the 7. So it's all just coming together. You're never gonna stop. You're gonna systemize. And always remember to follow up. Don't let nobody through the cracks, because as the leads come in, remember, you're saving every phone number and email address. So now your follow-up system, your follow-up bank is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So not every Friday, this Friday, you only got 30 people to follow up with. Next Friday, you got 60. Next Friday, you got 100. Now you need a new way to follow up, because I can't follow up with all these people in 1 hour. So now every day you're doing follow-up. I'm gonna follow up with these people from Facebook today. I'm gonna follow up with these people who are investors today. I'm gonna follow up my renters today. I'm gonna follow. And that is how you do the lead generation grind. There's another really big point. Okay, boom, this right here. There are large scale trainings on high power lead generation. Very worth it. I said this before. Highly, highly, highly recommended. actually years ago, boom, I took a picture with Floyd Wickman. He is a high-powered lead generator. He does classes on cold calling. I took his class. I paid $350 for a 3-day class, and God dog it, I went on Land Voice and I was cold calling left and right. I got actual listings from his class. So definitely pick a trainer. I'm going to give you some trainers. This is Floyd Wickman. He has a website. I think it's floydwickman.com, but just Google it. There's Tom Ferry. There's Mike Ferry. These are all guys who are cold callers. Grant Cardone has one. There's also, who's Wolf of Wall Street? Wolf of Wall Street guy. Something, whatever. Just know these high-powered people will take your money in exchange for teaching you their sales secrets, and that alone will put you above other realtors who have not. So you have been here as an nearly, I would say, you could call yourself an inexperienced realtor. You've done deals, but you haven't done the full-on, have a system for everything. You take these classes, and now you have a system for everything. So pick a subject, take the class on it, invest in it. If it's a crazy wow amount and you are fully passionate about taking this class and you believe this class is going to mold me and make me the agent I want to be, let me know. And don't mud this. Please don't mud this. This is literally for like, you thoroughly genuinely want to do this and you thoroughly genuinely can't afford to do it but want to do it. Let me know and we'll work together to get you in that class, because I want to see, like, I'm relying on you guys to do great just as much as you're relying on me to help you be great. I don't have time to go out and show properties and go on listing appointments. So if anything comes into me, I'm giving it right back to you. So I would love to just trust that you guys all have it handled, and I genuinely trust you with my livelihood. So that is this training. Does anybody have questions? Does anyone like it or not like it? And let me know how I can change this for the future.
I learned a lot, if you can hear me.
Is that too much information? I'll stop screen sharing. Boom. All right. Well,
can you hear us?
I feel like this went well. If no one, thank you. Thank you, Willa. I'm glad you learned a lot. All right, cool. So I guess that's all I need from this. Feel free to let me know whatever. No, I can't hear nobody. Everyone's mic is muted. Are you guys talking to me? Have you guys been talking to me this whole time? Damn. But I'm a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Well, it's all good. No, it's okay. All right. So that's the end of this. I'm gonna let you guys get to your days. Thank you, Errol. I appreciate it. I'm gonna edit this up and I will put this on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube. Khalid Explains It All. I think Errol already subscribes to me, but that's where all these trainings are going. So if anyone comes away with anything, no matter what the topic is that you want to go through for the next training, let me know and I got you. And we have time to put it on this week. So if you tell me today, we could probably have it done by like Thursday or Friday. All right. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, thanks, Jasmine. All right. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, and we will talk. Just let me know if you guys have any questions or need to do a one-on-one meeting.